For the brainstorming chart in CAD 280, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of work this kind of like a bubble chart. And basically your bubble chart is going to start with your main idea. I'm sorry for the lights flickering. The lighting that I have in my office is not the best. But the main thing is you want to start with the basics. And I'm going to use the example of, say, a mountain bike. Let me see if I can't get the lighting to be a little bit more consistent so that it stops flashing on you all. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, if I'm going to be doing the mountain bike, is I'm just going to draw a circle, and in there I'm going to write bike. And that's going to serve as my first level of detail. So then as part of that bike, I may want to come out here and say that I've got the drivetrain. The frame, the controls, I can come in here and do pretty much most of the stuff is contained within the drivetrain and the frame. So we've got drivetrain, frame, controls, and flight deck would be part of the controls. The only other thing that might be on the bike would be something like, say, safety, which is where you could model your reflectors and stuff like that. But so for the drivetrain now, I can break out drivetrain, and we'll say that we can go with crankset, you've got your cassette, chain rings, chain, if I could spell today that would be much better. So we've got chain. And for the frame, you've got your standard head tube, top tube, down tube, seat tube, seat post, seat stay, and chain stay. So this would be all of the parts that you would have for the frame of your bike. Now those may all be just a single part, they may be two separate parts, it really depends on how you do that. Then under controls, you would have things like your brakes and shifters. Now, things like brakes and shifters, and I'll use shifters as an example, this can be broken out further into shift levers, cables, derailleurs, and all of those things can be bundled under the umbrella of shifters. So what you end up with is you end up with multiple things. For safety, we might have chain guard, we could have lights, reflectors, all of that stuff is going to fall under there. Miscellaneous parts, you're going to have a seat that you're going to need to do. You've got pedals, So basically what this does is this gives you an idea from the get-go as to how much information to put into the actual assignment that you're working with. You can consider everything right here to be level 1. Now your level 2 components are everything that branch directly off of your level 1. So it would be drivetrain frame, control, safety, seat, and pedals. This would be all your level 2 stuff. At level 2, what you're looking at is a completed project. Now it's not fully detailed, but it's complete. By adding the additional information under each of these, you get more and more detail. The more detail you add, ultimately, the better the project is going to look.